back. Final possession. Man. Got my co-hosts. Ladare at the top. He happy the Chargers done won. What the I got Zulu to my right now. Your left, well, underneath me now. He ain't happy. Miami getting transfers. People transferring away from him. The Heat suck. The Hurricanes suck. The Yankees suck. The Duke suck. And the fucking Saints suck.
He just telling the truth.
So,
He just
Well,
telling the truth.
Duke don't suck. First of all, Duke don't suck. So let's kick that out. Cut it out.
okay. Whatever floats your
Okay.
boat. Hey, man. I'm sorry we missed last week. Unfortunately, USC pissed me off about 2 weeks straight. I ain't gonna say I was depressed or not happy, but I wasn't happy still. But that's not why we didn't stream. I just didn't, had a lot going on. But to other words, right? How was y'all weeks in the sports world?
So the
Uh,
Tigers knocked out. The Tigers knocked off Auburn to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Then we go in. We go in and get the Raiders L versus the Rams, which was a tremendous effort by Baker Mayfield and Sean McVay. Then we go in Sunday and we did what looked like the unthinkable. I don't really know why people are so surprised that we beat this team the way we beat them, because we was the better team, right? You get you get Mike Williams back in the lineup. Keenan Allen is now back in the lineup. Now you got a full complement of players, right? And we're going to get more, so it's only going to get better. But we went ahead and took care of business, gave ourselves a chance at the playoffs. Unlike some teams I know, gave ourselves a chance at the playoffs.
Hey,
And
bro, what's up with you?
what you mean?
What
you
I
talking
just said. What's up with you?
What I say?
I think that was a direct shot at me and Zoo, bro, and we don't appreciate that disrespect.
Why you think that?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is mathematically ain't nothing over.
Mathematically, but you know you
Mathematically,
need Mount Rushmore.
we probably out of there. But hey, but still, he's correct. I mean, I wasn't really surprised that y'all beat the Dolphins the way y'all beat them, because the Dolphins only been beating people just by going long, basically. So
I say the
Yeah,
blueprint. That's possibly the blueprint though. Now, granted, they just ran out of they try to run a play that's been cracked for them for a while. I'm sure Mike McDaniel is gonna adjust, but I mean, it's a run.
what you mean for a while? Don't do that, bro. Don't do because we didn't went out there and handled our business. Well, it's been like that for a while, bro. No, it hasn't. It's been like that for 2 games, bro. We been in the second game.
tell them folks.
So, but outside of that, then Memphis came back. We came back and played Alabama, the number 4 team in the country. It wasn't even a rough game. It was just we were just struggling from three. Like if we make 2 of those threes, we
Yeah.
win the game. Then you couple that with the ref, it being kind of one-sided officiating wise. We had a lot of foul trouble. Then we had some injuries to take place, and we missed a lot of layups. That's what annoyed me. In the first half, we missed a ton of
Ton
layups.
of them.
But um, I think Memphis Tigers basketball is positively trending forward. I like what I saw. You got to think about it. We went 1 for 10 from three, and we scored 88 points.
Right.
Right. So I mean, just imagine if we would have made three. You talking about 90, 97 points, and possibly a win. But hats off to Brandon Miller and the Alabama and Coach Oates and those guys. Brandon Miller's gonna be a player. That guy's gonna be a player. I like him a lot.
You know,
Kendrick Davis is a dog. Kendrick Davis is a dog though.
Mm-hmm.
Certified dog.
But I
But
mean,
that's
we
all,
get
man.
once we get Demario Franklin and get him in the mix and get his hoop legs under him, he'll be all right. hopefully Jaden Hardaway can be what we want him to be, which is their shooter. I think he needs to play John DeLawson more because he's another shooter. But
Yeah,
I
bro.
trust Penny.
It's just no way that we on the floor and we 0 for 9.
That's crazy. That was
You
so
telling
crazy.
me you ain't got no shooter on the floor that like
That
can
was-
make one shot like so
0
like
for
either
9
he
is
need to go
crazy.
recruit some shooters or something.
I think we just had an off night really because I mean normally they don't shoot that terrible.
Well, I
Normally they
mean,
would have
but you
made
got to
like
really think
4.
about it like who was really taking all the I wouldn't say taking all the threes, but taking all the shots basically. They got one person who can create his own shot literally. Just about.
Mm-hmm.
Flomo can create a shot. I mean, Lomax can create a shot, but I mean, other than that, it's a Davis show. Like, bro literally has the ball 75% of the game, like Luka. Fuck, 90% of the game, like Luka.
Baby Luca, you sleep.
Well, I think if Memphis and Penny can get DeAndre Williams to play within his emotions, bro, like I
Bro,
think
yeah, he
be
foul
trying
out
to.
too easy, bro.
Because he too extra. He's trying to be too aggressive, bro. If you play within the game, play within the emotions, bro. I mean, I think he can be a decent role player. All right, well, Penny think he's a star player, but he can be a decent whatever player he think he is, right? But I just think he get caught up to the game. He get too aggressive. He try to get too overbearing and it be costing us really.
Yeah,
And
bro. Yeah,
free throw shooting still a problem.
it's about being able to stay on the floor, and he ain't able to stay on the floor.
To stay on the field, right?
Like, and then once he go off the floor, it's a whole problem.
Right.
And then Dandridge
Matter
got hurt
Dandridge
last night too. So
And I was just about to say he got a lot better this year.
He
He
did.
looks a lot different from last year to this year. He's playing excellent. I mean, he rolled his ankle yesterday, but I'm excited about this team.
But correct, Memphis was in the game the whole time with the number 4 team in the country, and they missed every three. They made their first
And
three with 0.6 seconds
and
left.
And that's after coming off beating the number 11 team in the country.
So but into college football, how y'all agree on the Final Four? I mean, we all seen it. I mean, people thought Alabama was gonna get in, but I don't know. I don't know how that would happen. But you think it would have been better for USC or TCU not to play the conference game? Because I think they had a choice not to play it this year.
Oh, Mesa. That throws a wrench in there, but I mean, you still want to see him play. Like I don't.
If USC, I think USC had to play in order to get in.
I don't think they had to.
No, I think if they don't play, I don't think they'll play. They give it to Ohio State anyway.
Nah, I don't think so. Bad loss at home. USC ain't had a bad loss at home. They had a loss on the road by one that, people say that they shouldn't have technically lost.
But who was that bad loss against? The number 2 team in the country.
I mean, that's a true statement.
Right.
I mean,
so I think, I don't know. I think going back to your first question, I do think they get it right. Even looking at it from a political standpoint, we rather see C.J. Stroud, Marvin Harrison Jr. in that offense rather than see Bryce Young and whoever he gonna decide to throw it to. Right? We rather see that.
Bryce Young a bad boy though, so he make it happen.
Yeah. And the fact that he wasn't an All-American is really absurd to me.
It's so crazy. I mean, I don't know who they thought he was throwing it to. Like half the receivers now then transferred.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of people in the transfer portal. Buffalo had a lot. JoJo Earl gonna end up in Colorado.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But going back, I think Ohio State was. Now, I did want to see USC. I think I made that abundantly clear before the season started. I wanted to see USC. Their first loss to Utah really stung them really bad. And
because if they would have lost the second time, it wouldn't have mattered. Right? They'd have probably been the number 2 team in the country, and they would have lost. They'd have been there still.
It still would have been. It would have been a whole thing with TCU, right? We had two types of TCU situations. Their first loss to Utah was real bad.
Well, I don't know if they would have got blown out like that the second time with one loss. I don't think they would have put them in.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I think they could have made the point like, how can you take this out and we already beat them? We beat them once, they beat us once. So how can you really say? And then you play on the strength that Caleb Williams was going to be the Heisman. So who don't want to see the Heisman winner in the playoffs?
Yeah, true.
Right.
This would be the first time a Heisman winner is not in the playoffs.
Yep. Then you talk about more. all these offenses except Georgia. Well, I'll take that back. Two of these offenses are really exciting, right? So Ohio State
Yeah,
and
TCU.
um, TCU.
GG, yeah.
Then you got the teams that play more complete, which is Michigan and Georgia. I think it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Um, for the most part. I love watching Max Duncan play. I think C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm excited to see Marvin Harrison Jr. versus Kaylee Ringo. Talking
Yeah,
about
me
two
too.
first round picks when in different drafts, obviously. But you
Yeah.
talking about future first round picks that's gonna be matched up all night.
Yeah.
But I think
I
what's gonna
hate that
kill them,
Smith too ain't playing.
huh?
I hate that Jackson Smith ain't playing.
Yeah, but the other guys, I'll not say his name, but
Ojigba.
Mbuka.
yeah,
Ibuka.
Mbuka,
he's
yeah.
super nice. So you got two. Then you get
They got
that
Flemings
ain't
too,
even
don't it?
the
Mm.
fun part. That ain't even you got Paris Johnson Jr. And Jalen Carter gonna be matched up. You got two. Ohio State got two All American tackles going to this Georgia defensive line. It's gonna be a sight to see.
Well, this is how people get drafted right here. This is gonna tell you a
This
lot.
yep
Jersey
yep
name in the hat.
Cause
Sure.
yep.
Jalen Carter, don't matter what he do, they gonna just obviously double him. So he gonna get drafted high regardless.
I
Yeah,
tried to.
Scout was saying they think it's AD like it there coming out with Jalen. That's what they said.
Nah,
I
fam.
don't. I ain't saying
Nah,
that.
fam.
I'm not saying that.
Nah.
I'm saying what it's.
AD a different type of breed, man.
Ain't nothing too many ads coming across this joint.
It ain't too many
Yeah.
nothing. It ain't too many Bosa's coming across or ADs.
I think Jalen Carter's gonna be more the line of Chris Jones or Jeffrey Simmons,
Yeah,
which is
that's
not
right.
bad.
That's
Yeah, it's
Which is
not
not
bad.
bad.
I mean,
Chris Jones a fit.
yeah, Chris Jones will fit definitely, definitely. And Zoo, what about your stance on the playoffs? You think they got it correct? Everybody's gonna agree with the Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams. I'm pretty sure.
I dig how the decision ended up. I did want to see USC just to get the mix of the conferences in there for sure. Outside of trolling you, right? Like I did want to see them get in there and see what they look like. But nah, they got it right. They got it right. I ain't even tripping on it.
I mean, I for sure believe they got it right because USC, like you said, that loss is just devastating to me. I think I cried myself to sleep because the way the game was going. I know we talking about 2 weeks ago, but the way the game was going in the first quarter, and then we got to the second quarter, like Utah outscored us for the rest of the game. I think it was like 34-7. That was
That's
the
sick.
rest of the game. We scored 7 points in 3 quarters.
Is this
Well,
the first
10,
game?
10 points in 3 quarters, basically. Because we kicked the
This the
field goal
first game?
going to the. No, that's the second game.
The second game?
Yeah, that was the championship. They got outscored 34-10 for the next 2 quarters. But I mean, now, I don't know when the fuck Caleb Williams got hurt.
I don't either.
I can't even spot the play, and I got all the games recorded. I have not spotted the play yet. All I know, he just started limping. But the one thing I do know is, okay, Lincoln, you get a bye this year with Alex Grinch. If Alex Grinch pull that shit again next season, he gotta fucking go. You gotta go find somebody.
He don't need to see nothing else. He been having him. How long was he? He been with him?
Fucking since 17, bro. 18,
Yeah,
18.
but
He's 18.
unless he got
When
something
Lincoln
on you or
became the
something.
cut? Let's see.
He was 17. 17.
No, it wasn't. It was before that. Whenever Stoops retired, I think that was like 15. So I think he had him 15 and on.
But 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 in Alex Grinch's defense, the tackling was abysmal in the championship game.
It was.
That's your own decision. If you can't, you choose not to tackle.
I've never seen something so bad. And it was like plays stopped for loss. It was plays
17.
short of the stick. It was plays short of the sticks, and these people are just not making tackles. I'm like, bro, you just gotta. If you make the tackle, y'all getting off the field,
The crazy part
right?
about it is he took that corner from Oklahoma and he gave up that touchdown to go up 21-20, I think, or 17.
All I know is I gave praise to what's number 7 last name Burt.
For who?
Someone, but yeah, USC number 7.
The safety.
I know you talking
whatever
about.
his
I can't think of his name right now.
last name is. I gave him praise because I seen him making a lot of plays, getting turnovers, right, getting
Caleb.
pigs, all
He
that.
can't tackle.
He can't tackle worth a dang dog. Like, nah, fam.
But
Not
that
where
ain't
you
good
twice.
because if he making the tackles, it's a problem. Cause he the free safety.
I'm just
So
like, bro, you putting it on film, fam.
Bullock, that's his
Nah,
name.
ain't no way you putting it on film, fam. That's embarrassing. Oh,
I mean, he a turnover machine. He's a good free. Can't tackle for shit.
you know what I mean? You know how to make a play on the ball, though. I'll give him that. He
This
like, you
recruiting
popping the
class,
ball.
I think this recruiting class for him gonna be crucial. He got to establish depth. He cannot let St. John Bosco players and modern day players lead that state without getting at least about a grand total at least 10 from both teams. And the top 10. I ain't talking about the bottom 10. He needs the top 10 from like he got to get Ugalele brother. He got to get that lineman from Bosco. He got to go get the receivers. He got to get everybody. So we'll see what he do.
Hey, but,
I think the
you still,
recruiting. I think the recruiting tip easy when you pitch the sale that they're gonna play with Caleb Williams for offense at least.
Yeah. What's the tip for defense? That's the problem.
hey, spot
Have a
spot on.
chance. Have a chance at the playoffs.
Shit.
Hey, listen, if you show up and you be a baller, win the playoffs. You know we can score points. We just need somebody who can stop somebody, and the spots are wide open.
Hey, Chad, I know I ain't said this 1,000 times, bro, but I have never in my life seen the number one player in the country not have a sack 2 years into his college career. Not one sack.
That's sick.
That is
That's
terrible.
That's nasty work.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Not one sack. He has no pass rushing moves. Unfortunately.
That's tough.
So I be saying, fam, them stars only matter until you ain't in it no more.
Yeah, all right. He make big plays though. He made that pick versus UCLA because we for sure gonna lose that shit. So, but on to the next thing. The 12-team playoffs. We know it starts 2024. Are y'all excited about that? How y'all think they'll break it down? So now I think they expand it to where it'll probably be 4 SEC teams in there. So it's gonna be 8 other teams to be in there.
It's possible. I just think it opens the door up, bro. It helps mitigate kind of like what they think are the excuse of, hey, everybody got a shot now. Either you good or you ain't. And then if you get more than one, different multi-conferences in there, right? Like let's just say for instance, it's not loaded with the 4 SEC teams. Maybe you get your 2, you get your Ohio State, your Michigans, and you get some of those, the rest of the Power 5 and some non-Power 5 guys in there. They go in there and get smoked. All that, we can play with everybody else. Go out the window. Now, granted, if you still make it, you still make it, and so on and so forth. But at least everybody can be satisfied. If 10 get whooped, that's it.
So I will say this: based off of this past year, if they started it this year, the Pac-12 and the SEC would have had 10 of the teams in there. Clemson would have been one, and then TCU would have been the other one. UCLA would have been in there. USC
K-State would have been in there.
Penn State would have been in there. Penn State would have been in there?
K-State.
Oh, yeah, K-State would have been there.
Penn State would have been there too. They 9.
Well, now. Talking about before. Well, yeah. Utah would have been in there. Oregon would have been in there. USC would have been there. There'd been 3. Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Alabama. What LSU is it? They passed 12?
Nah, they 11.
LSU, Georgia would have been in there. That's 9.
TCU, at the time, what's UT at the time? That's another one, right?
TCU and Kansas State. Who was the last one?
I'm saying, what was UT rank at the time? Because they were still up there.
UT's in there too, so it's 4. So it's 4, 3, 3, 3. Is that right? 4, 3, 3.
I mean, I
2.
like it. I like the idea because mainly, right? You get those teams in there who had those. USC is a perfect example. Who had those 2 tough losses. But who's to say they can't go in there and beat Michigan, or they can't go in there and beat TCU, You know what I'm saying? So I think they give team or Oregon, they give teams like that who had those tough losses, tough close losses, giving them the opportunity to still compete. Right? I like it personally. I mean, because it's really like from the beginning, it was really unrealistic, right? Because teams like USC, they got to damn near go undefeated. Teams like TCU had to go undefeated to be where they is. Ideally, right? Where the SEC got way because it's slanted. Like SEC got way more wiggle room. So if the SEC team lose, no matter when they lose, they still gonna have a shot because they feel like the favoritism of the conference. Where if USC would have lost, or where if TCU would have lose once, then it's pretty much curtains for them, right? So I think that's kind of bogus, and it also gives teams like that, teams like, did you say Clemson?
Yep,
Clemson would have been there,
Clemson
but
did.
it would give teams like Florida State an opportunity. Teams that was playing well all season for most of it, but they took those tough losses.
Yes, yeah, very much true.
Like you know what
Say
I'm
would have
saying?
been
So you would have get teams like that in there. Who would have known what they would have done? You get a team like Washington State in there. Who knows what they would have done? So I don't know. I love the idea of going to 12.
I do
and
too.
then now, and now we got the like I said, the parity of football now is we are seeing teams that have been maybe close to getting over the hump or being competitive, or they're now competitive this year. The portal helps, NIL helps. So as that kind of grows and college is getting used to the new standard of what that looks like, I think it'll shake it up a lot more. So when those 12 won't be just your typical schools all the time. Obviously, your top heavy crop, then your blue chips ain't never gonna change. Cool, but some of these other schools might be a little more competitive than we think with all that going on. So we'll
Right,
see.
correct. I don't disagree with that. What y'all think Prime is gonna do? We know the transfer portal is loaded. What y'all think Prime gonna do?
They prime about to get all the top defensive players, especially in the secondary. Because as the DB, like who doesn't want to play for Deion Sanders?
I agree.
Like just being honest. Just being honest. All right. They got wildly enough. They got is it Schwader? How you say his first name? Shader?
So
They got yeah, whatever his name is. They got him Heisman favorite, right? So
Shador?
um yes, he's the Heisman favorite
Yeah, until
in
they
New York
start,
magazine.
till he see this team he about to be having,
So
yeah.
cause that ain't turning around in a year. He can't sign 49 transfers. I'm just
Yeah,
sorry.
but I don't even think like not just aura of confidence out of people. Like he gonna make them feel like they something, even if they not. Like be realistic. Like it's some players that need that. Like just somebody in their ear, whether they challenge and encourage, and that kind of guy, that spirit that he got, that may make some people that we don't know in Colorado due to maybe whether it was coaching or could have been just their talent that might pop up off the board for them. And I think, I mean, obviously he must be good. He got to be some type of good coach. Staff must be well because he did what he did with Jackson State for those 3 years. And I'm not saying they were bad. I don't think they were bad before he got like terrible before he got there. But I mean, it was on the map, big time, big time. So I think you give him a bigger opportunity for a talent pool that he can breed on. His recruiting style probably will help out a lot. So if not next year, the year 2, year 3, you start seeing that what Prime expects of Colorado to come to fruition at least. It'll be good. And then hey, Pac-12 competition.
I mean, unfortunately, he gonna have that spotlight on him because who he is and everything that happened between him and Jackson State. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be like that first year. It's gonna go one or two ways. He either gonna get the praise or he gonna be like they're gonna start questioning whether it's the right decision or not.
Uh-huh.
Agree.
And they wait. I mean, media wise, folks is waiting on it for sure. Folks really trying to chew him up. So
First,
I agree with
yeah,
that. I agree with both of those. Just moving on to the NFL. I know we talked about the Chargers and things. Yeah, I think
right.
this Lamar Jackson injury
You don't want to talk about the Chargers right now?
No, not yet. We're gonna pull them up in a second.
Y'all not that important. Yeah, ain't that important.
We're gonna let you end the shows with picks in the Chargers.
Appreciate you.
But first of all, let's get into this. I know this won't take long. Clear cut MVP. Jalen Hurts.
Man, it's Jalen Hurts, bruh.
It's not even a
Yo,
discussion.
me and Darius, bruh, have been in. I'm talking about a week. I don't know how many weeks we done had this conversation with not just this one group of people, but just in general at this point. Now it's all type of people. I'm not even an Eagles fan,
I'm not
but
either.
but like, bro, like my thing is, you having your opinion of who you think the MVP is well and dandy. I just don't. We both had this conversation with somebody. Like, there's just no way you can discredit the man's play just to raise up whoever you thought MVP was, fam. Like, folks talking about, so what do you say? Put him on Chicago and New York.
No, you can't do that.
And then,
I hate
well,
when
you
people do
can't.
that.
Like, what are we talking
I'm like,
about?
anybody will be, bro. There's nobody over there, right? So there's nobody over there. Anybody
They literally got
quarterback
like
that
one
you put
weapons
over
on. They got one weapons on. Like Darnell Mooney is the weapon for the Chicago Bears, and probably Cole Kmet. But Darnell Mooney out for the season. So who the fuck is Justin Fields throwing the ball to? Me? Shit, I'm out there. Oh well, Detroit would never get him anywhere because they potent without him. Shit, they might be more potent with him. Goddamn. I mean, the Jets. Shit, they got receivers.
No, he was talking about the Giants.
The Giants. That's things he threw out there. I'm like, bro.
The Giants. I mean,
Yeah,
I believe him and
he picked
Saquon
two
would
of the
still
most-
be decent.
But he picked two of the most invaluable offenses and said put them on it. I'm like, bro, that's not even realistic.
Who was
like
the-
every quarterback.
Who was the other one?
It was New York. It was New York, Chicago. He basically saying put Justin Fields. He basically saying put Justin Fields. Not Justin, but put Jalen Hurts there. He won't do nothing. But I guess he's gonna say you put Patrick Mahomes there because that's who the pick was. Put Patrick Mahomes there, they're gonna look totally different. Like, man,
No, the fuck they won't.
Come on, fam.
He can't do a lot of things that Jalen Hurts can do. So the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are successful this year is the head coach got some brain cells from last year to say, oh, well, fuck. If I run the ball, Jalen Hurts gets these easy one-on-one throws. Okay, then we're going to go out and acquire somebody who can consistently be one-on-one throws, one-on-one coverage, and he's going to require a double team, a.k.a. A.J. Brown, which I didn't heard. Go ahead.
And I don't get it because they were like, well, he got A.J. Brown. I'm like, well, we always, literally every quarterback you talk about that could be good, you always say, go get him a number one and see what he do. Now, the person that's literally what happened with Jalen Hurts. They literally drafted Devontae Smith. They signed Quez Watkins. They drafted Dallas Goedert. They drafted Miles Sanders, and they drafted this offensive line, but they only signed A.J. Brown. Now y'all saying, like, well, it's just a team good.
It's the team. Like, what?
What are we talking about?
I mean, just to piggyback off of that, I didn't heard the most disrespectful shit about A.J. Brown in my life. I was told that A.J. Brown is not a damn 1,000-yard receiver. And you know me, I want to go look up them damn stats. The 2 years that he has been in the league, was it 3 years? The 3 years he has been in the league. I think this is his fourth year. The 3 years he has been in the league, he has been over 1,000 yards every single year.
Twice, right?
Twice out of 3 years. Twice out of 3 years. The first year, I think he missed
one of
like
them
nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 9, but yeah.
But any game,
somebody out 10 tubs.
any time he played over 10 games in the season, he has 1,000 yards. Even if you take off the games that he didn't play, just taking off like the bare minimum of his average that year, and you know nobody's out there averaging 100 yards a game really.
Yeah.
So it's really like 80 something, maybe 90 something. You take off 3-4 games, he's still over 1,000 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
So like,
I didn't even know that staring off a little bit. Speaking of 1,000 yards, I didn't know Justin Jefferson had 1,500 yards this year.
yeah, he's going to absolutely fucking berserk.
He had 223 last Sunday.
Shit,
that was a record.
Shit, he's on fucking pace to goddamn get 2,000.
He got 4 games left. He got 4 games left.
He on pace to get like 23. He pulling another 200 and something for the rest of the year.
Yeah, he might. Because what the next closest was Josh Gordon, right? It was Calvin had the next one, had the closest. Then it was like Josh Gordon, and then
I thought
Chiefs. He
Tyreek
might break
just
out.
got it.
Nah, I thought it was Cooper Cup.
I thought Tyreek
I thought
got
it was
it.
Cooper Cup. Then Cooper Cup, and he was like 1946.
Yeah, I thought Tyreek went
Oh,
over 2,000 though. Didn't
uh,
Tyreek go over 2,000 one year?
ooh,
That's one. That's what they was talking about with him.
probably got close, but yeah, you're right. Cooper Cup did have like 19 something.
Yeah, Cooper Cup did have 19.
That shit crazy.
But I mean,
So
I don't discuss that. I mean, not saying that Jalen Hurts can win the MVP this year and go on a tank downfall next season. We don't fucking know. Nobody knows. Josh Allen can do the same thing. Patrick Mahomes can do the same. Any quarterback can do the same thing.
I feel like people. I mean, like my thing is like we get it. Patrick Mahomes is the standard of quarterback, talent and play, right?
I mean,
We ain't seeing nothing else like him. Cool, whatever. But you can really debate with a lot of different people about different quarterbacks at this point because a lot of
if you want to be 100%
issues.
honest, I think Patrick Mahomes is benefiting from Andy Reid's system.
He is
A tremendous
Andy
benefit.
Reid. Andy Reid didn't make Alex Smith look like something he wasn't before Patrick Mahomes was on the field.
I ain't disagreeing with that.
I'm like, bro, like
Alex
as
Smith
much as you
also
want
went
to
to
talk
the
about
Super
the
Bowl
players,
too.
bro, you know what I'm
No, he
saying?
didn't.
Like as much as you want to talk about the players, bro, you gotta act like he ain't got one of the best, if not debatably one of the best offensive minds ever in the league. Come on, fam. All you need is a little talent, a little something. He gonna make it work. Supposed to be killing me just because they ain't want my man's to be MVP.
Hey, do y'all think
No folks don't even got a reason. Other than that, they was gonna be wrong. They didn't like at the beginning. They don't want to be wrong, but they are wrong. Like,
some of them are Lamar Jackson fans too?
yes, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then he's gonna say, bro, he got AJ Brown. He gonna say he got AJ Brown and he only threw for 3,100 yards. I said, well, there's a lot factor in it. For one, they just not a predominantly passing team. For one, they also have 1,000-yard rusher and they are very good on the ground. So let's get that out of the way. Two, I know a quarterback that won MVP that had 3,200 yards passing.
I mean, I know a bunch of them.
So I don't really know what the yards got to do with anything.
I know a bunch of them for sure. On to another thing. Do y'all think Lamar Jackson get paid off of this injury? I think he leaves.
I think he still get paid. I think he leave though. He gotta leave. You don't think he get paid?
No, I think he get franchise tag.
Jeez, that's gonna suck.
I think he's getting franchise tag.
I need that. You need that Fetty, bro. I don't know. Like,
what's his franchise tag thing?
It'd be like 18 something though.
That ain't shit.
But it depends on the quarterback market.
He's gonna at least get 40.
Right, but I'm saying because whatever Dax was, he gotta be higher than that though.
Yeah, Dax was like 40 something, wasn't it? 38, 35 something.
Yeah, it was 35.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be a nice pay for a year, but it ain't no security. So like,
I mean, shit, you got a year to do some bullshit. Shit,
my feet up.
Scramble, pass.
I'm really trying to think where he would go. I mean, granted, like New York would be wide open. To be honest, like as much as I like seeing Mike White ball out, and obviously Zach Wilson look like some whatever.
They'll trade him.
They ain't broke, and they can trade. Yeah.
Like, I trade him Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson in the third rounder. You got him.
You got to send him a pick or something and pay them in that money. You got to win that team.
Hey, depending on what Desmond Ritter do in these next few games, the Atlanta might be right open.
But what they got for him?
I mean, but they don't have none for him, and he's also young too, so I don't expect them to just pass the shit after his first 5 games, basically 4 games. So having Lamar is basically gonna stunt his growth in similar terms. Now, if this was like 2 years later, then yeah, we get you the fuck out of here.
But shit, some of them niggas don't be looking like it until they might not never look like it.
That's true stuff.
True.
They might not fucking ever look like it. They might not ever look like it.
They might not ever look like it. So.
Hey, look, I'm just saying.
That'd be my best place to pin him, though. If you gonna send him somewhere, if you gonna go somewhere, I tell him go to New York for sure.
Hey, what y'all think about the
The Giants legit.
Jets.
Yes.
Jets? I say Jets.
Get a chance to be
I
competitive.
I
You get
think
to see the Ravens again, and you get paid in a big market.
Man,
Big,
the Jets really like a quarterback away from like blowing
that's
off the
it.
league.
That's it. Their defense is crazy,
Nuts.
young and crazy. At that,
young and crazy, just running around too, and Sauce
you
is
ain't gotta
looking
pay none of
good.
them no time soon, bro. That's crazy.
But who y'all think is the Rams quarterback of the future? Baker? I think they just,
Yeah, I think that was a walk off. The Raiders game really just secured his career, really.
That saved him. I say, yeah, that was it. To get up, to have another shot. I mean, I think he come back and stays a backup
he ass.
until, and they might give him a shot when Matt Stafford call it.
He ass. I don't give a fuck.
Which I think he got like 2 years left.
Mm-mm.
You talking about Matt Stafford?
Yeah,
Yeah. He said one.
2.
No, I said one. I mean, he can't get out his own ways. He always hurt. Think about it. I don't think
He
I
took
seen
that.
Matthew Stafford healthy since his rookie year.
He took,
His
that's
rookie
what
year
happens
was
when you play in Detroit for 10 years. Get your ass whooped.
Hell,
He
shit.
getting
He
peeled.
went to the Rams. He was hurt last year. And they
That's what
won
I'm
the Super
saying.
Bowl.
All them bruises he done took. I'm catching up with you.
You better go get that Tom Brady treatment.
He better go
TB12
find.
man.
He better go find what Tom doing to get the fuck down. Shit.
Nah, you might be sad and lonely if you go with Tom doing
Yeah,
Might leave it alone.
that's a true
I mean,
day.
I think, yeah, like I said, at the most, I give Matt Stafford 2 years, so he might have a shot there. Because I mean, other than that, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't be calling looking for Baker Mayfield.
Nobody would. And
This how many
I mean,
years you got left, Darius?
the Rams don't got no capital, bro. So, I mean,
They don't.
this Baker Mayfield last shot. I mean, as a GM, you look at as opposing GMs, you look at like you can't make it work with Sean McVay. You can't make it work with nobody.
Hey,
That's
Darius, this how many years Matthew Stafford got? And this how many years Baker got?
Sheesh.
The year after Matthew Stafford leave.
You greasy. He's greasy.
All right,
I mean,
Darius. It's your show.
oh man.
right.
You got about 5 minutes to talk about your Chargers.
Hey, send the pics, fam.
Nah. Do the pigs later. Do the pigs last.
No. You know what I mean? Send them pics, fam.
Oh.
Hey, listen. That win might have came to a surprise for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You included.
No, it didn't. It really didn't.
Darius gonna say they gonna beat everybody, bro.
Huh?
Darius literally would say they will go 16-0. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, do you remember?
I'm just saying. You said a surprise that Darius would literally say if they were playing, if they had a way of playing 20 games, he would say they go 20-0.
Can we just
tell on folks.
before you go on your ring? Can we remember how crazy you sounded making y'all schedule out?
That 15-2.
No.
14-2.
No. Can we go back? I said 15-2 was the ceiling. What I said the floor was? I said the floor was 12-5. So I'm still a game away from being on the floor.
Yeah, until they figure out how to lose something, and then you pissed again.
Hey,
now shoot the message. Just shoot the man that gave me the message to say it.
Who?
Hey, my sources are.
Hey, man, listen. This is a segue, right? We got Mike Williams back. We finna get our offensive line back together.
Mm-hmm.
Our offense back intact. We about to go back in 2020 form, and we just gonna have to start outscoring everybody. Then Herbert gonna be in the MVP conversation. He probably gonna win. He probably gonna finish second, but he gonna be in the MVP conversation. And I like to point out, right? That was Mike Williams and Keenan Allen's first full game together.
They said that they said it was a lot of the first full games that they had the whole cast together.
Just starting off,
and we still missing 2 tackles. So that was the first skill set, first full game together. Donald Portham come back next week or this week, so that'll be the first full game with him, right?
Yeah, they were saying it was the first full game that Justin Herbert had all 3 of the receivers playing at the same time. He either had Mike Williams playing or he had Keenan Allen
Keenan
playing. He
Allen,
never,
crazy. And it's
crazy.
week 14, and he's second in the league in passing yards.
That
And
shit,
that's
Josh Allen was
crazy.
y'all
they
leading
be
receiver.
behind a lot, so they gotta throw that bitch, fam.
No, we don't be
Hey,
behind no. No, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
y'all
no, no,
do.
no.
That Dak
I'm not
Prescott
saying
shit.
No,
y'all
no,
should
no,
be
no, no, no.
behind. They should be behind, but y'all be behind a lot, bro. Y'all was behind against the hold on, Jacksonville, almost the whole game, fam.
That's when everybody was suffering injuries. That was week 3.
Hey, well, it's a reason. I'm just saying he's a reason why he's second in the league in passing. He got to pass
That
a
ain't
lot. It may
one
slow down. Chill. It may slow
one
down.
game.
Fam, come on, Darius. Y'all lost 6 games. Y'all wasn't ahead in all 6 games, man.
No, we really was. Except Jacksonville and Seattle. Those are the 2 games we weren't winning in, and we lost. We was winning in San Francisco, we lost. We was winning in Kansas City both times, and we lost.
So y'all really like the Raiders. Y'all about the same as the Raiders, huh?
No. Raiders blowing 17, 20-point leads and shit. We weren't doing that. We were blowing
It's like 3 and 10.
shit like that. That's what we were losing. But anyway, we're gonna go on this little stretch, bro. We're gonna get Joey Bosa gonna come back, DJ gonna come back. We're gonna get healthy on defense, right in time for the playoffs. We're gonna end up. And let me tell you how big that Miami win was. Now we a game back from Miami and Cincinnati. So now we talking about if we win Tennessee. We ain't just talking about the 7th seed no more. We talking about possibly being in the 5th seed. And we get in the 5th seed, we play Tennessee or Jacksonville, which Jacksonville is playing inspiring football. Really, them and Detroit.
Detroit
I
got a
think both
shot.
of them Detroit got a shot. And I think Jacksonville got one because I think Tennessee gonna lose out, honestly.
Yeah, they're gonna lose
They gotta
y'all.
play Jacksonville again. I mean, they gotta play Houston, so they probably won't. But no, Houston's pretty tough on defense for some
Nah,
reason.
Derrick Henry's gonna have
Derrick
300
Henry gonna have a
yards
field
against
day,
Houston.
but if they come out there and do
Doing
that, hold on, no. If they come out there and do that, what they did to Dallas, they got a shot.
Hey, bro, it be blowing because Derrick Henry, bro, he won't do nothing against nobody capable. He'll play Jacksonville and Houston twice a year, and he'll have 300 yards in 4 of them games, and he got 1,500 yards rushing. And that'd be so crazy if people, he can't hear it. No, he's not, bro. No, he's not. But anyway.
Hey, 4 games he is. For 4
For
games.
4 games, he is, dude. He had that against the Colts. He had that against teams in his division: Houston, Colts, and
And the
Jacksonville.
other team's there. And bro, Jacksonville probably the best team in there, bro. And they got 8 losses. But anyway, I think they actually come up. I don't know. They got to play Detroit and Jacksonville got to play each other next week. This is gonna be a big game. But I think. But going back to what I was saying, so we talking about the 5th seed. We beat Tennessee this week. We no longer just talking about sneaking into the playoff. We talking about what seed we gonna be.
I got y'all
So
beating Tennessee.
You talk about a matchup versus Tennessee or Jacksonville. I would love to play Jacksonville again. But you talking about the matchup between Tennessee and Jacksonville, you just gonna punch our ticket to the 2nd round. All right, so that's easy work. Then we got to see probably what Cincy or Cleveland or Baltimore or whatever the case may be. I say Cleveland, Kansas City, or whatever the case may be. So I like this little run we be on. I told y'all we're gonna end up in the AFC Championship game. I don't know what's gonna happen when we get there. But all I know, I think we're gonna end up there. Take it how you want. You feel me?
What's your
Yeah,
picks? Because
boy.
I ain't finna say shit. What's your picks? This man that took that shit too far. Could have just said we gonna make the playoffs. Possibly the AFC Championship. Just made it went straight to the AFC. Skipped everything like they ain't playing a whole wild card game. Like they ain't playing a whole 2 rounds before they get to that bitch.
Cincinnati did it last year. Why we can't do it?
All right. What's your picks?
All right. It's going to be a sticky weekend, but very exciting. I'm going to start off, obviously, with us. So you want to take us first, regardless. I don't know why I keep doing that, bro.
That's all good, fam. We know what you look like in our heart, fam.
I think next time I'm gonna pull up the list so you could just have it up there and view it.
Yeah.
And I just share.
I told you I've been having a lot of technical difficulties today. So y'all bear with me. As your boy just been struggling, right? Been on the struggle bus.
Life been life in Horrorfield.
Life and life.
Listen. So Let me make it quick. So, so I talked about Tennessee and the Chargers. Obviously, I think the Chargers are about to start walking away on people. I think a very big game is going to not only have implications for playoff season, but we're talking about a divisional game, and that's Buffalo and Miami.
Yep.
I just don't see it happening. This Southern Florida team traveling to this Northeastern team and freezing their ass off and talking about winning the game. That's one. Two, you talking about Buffalo. My theory is you never beat a good team twice. I ain't gonna say never. It's hard to beat a good team twice, right? So I'm gonna give the edge on Buffalo.
And they just got Tre'Davious back.
The first game was close, so I'm gonna give the edge to Buffalo in another close game.
I mean, you gotta look
The
at
game,
it. They also didn't have Tre'Davious for that game.
right?
Yeah.
Tre'Davious is
Well,
definitely back. Well, I mean, he ain't in
they have
shape.
Tre'Davious.
He ain't
They
in
didn't
shape
have
either. So
they didn't have Edmonds in there. Edmonds wasn't playing. Milano didn't play. I don't think. Like core big time guys on their defense wasn't playing.
I ain't gonna say nothing about Tre'Davious. I mean, he just came
Edmonds
back 2
played.
weeks ago, so he ain't gonna be in tip top
Edmonds
shape.
played.
Yeah,
Evans did play.
Definitely played.
I thought those two did play.
I know one of them. I know. For a minute they was hurt for a while. I know they started Miami game or not. I just know they was talking about all three of them and finally got back into the lineup last week or something like that.
Man, look, Tre'Davious gonna have to show me that he been on the shelf, so I ain't really
Yeah.
concerned about it. Yeah, he been on. All right, but a game that I think, like I just mentioned before, one team that I'm keeping my eye on, and it's really exciting watching them play is Jacksonville. They got a tough matchup with Dallas this week. Dallas passing attack is not very consistent,
It's always been
and
like that.
Trevor Lawrence is playing probably the best football at the quarterback position in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Going
The last
crazy.
4 or 5 weeks, he's threw 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. Right, so
He got a cannon.
Zay Jones, Zay Jones seemed to revive his career. Evan Ingram seemed to revive his career, and
Going
Trevor Lawrence
crazy.
starting to look like that number 1 pick that we knew he was going to be. This was anticipated, right? They go and get Doug Peterson, so we expected for this to happen. But it's going to be a good game for sure. And the rest of these games are just pretty much fillers. Raiders versus the Patriots. That's the battle of the Suck Bowl. I don't really know how the Patriots have won 7 games, but they have. But
They
I don't
should
think
have won Monday.
they shouldn't have
Series of
won. But
series of unfortunate events, but they shouldn't have won Monday.
yeah, they got money, bro. Patriots are terrible. But I don't think they can score with the Raiders, which people won't give the Raiders credit for. The Raiders can score the ball, they just can't keep the lead. So I think the Raiders walk away with that one.
And they got a
Man,
big
which
weapon
good.
coming back too.
Huh?
They got a big
Darren Waller
weapon
coming
coming.
back?
Darren Waller is playing this week, and Hunter.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. I forgot about him.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Got
Man ain't played since week 4, bro.
forgot about him, bro.
No.
And I gotta mention this game because of a conversation I had with a colleague. Seattle play San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think Gino is gonna light it up on Thursday night. Yeah, I really think Gino just gonna light it up on Thursday night. Somebody tried to comfort my man. Somebody tried. Let me finish. Can I finish? Somebody tried to comfort my man, talking about, oh, this your comeback, and Josh, it was really solely out of hurt, right? Because he didn't want to see Carolina winning. So now he tried to throw Gino under the bus, and Gino didn't even have a terrible game. Threw 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. It's not even. I mean, it's not a good game, but it's not a terrible game, right? He didn't go out there and 0 for 3 or 1 for 3 or
He
1
the
for 2.
reason why. He the reason why they lost.
No, he's not a reason. Come on, you know how I feel about blaming one player in a team game, bro. It's never happened. But
You got
Man,
it.
he threw a pick on the
Catalyst.
first play, bro.
Catalyst. He was a catalyst.
Josh,
I blame that on Seattle. I don't know what the hell they were doing.
thank you, Josh. Thank you. Everybody blames it on Seattle, but Josh, this guy that I'm referring to, he's kind of sore because Carolina got a chance to win out, and possibly make the playoffs, and he don't want to see that happen. So he's rooting against Carolina, and he took his frustration out on Geno. But I think Geno turns around and answer the bell come Thursday versus a very good San
I
Francisco team. And I think Brock Purdy,
hypothetically, right?
I think
Well,
Brock Purdy looks runs out. But go ahead, since you going.
hypothetically, right? If this gentleman, whenever you talk to him again, right, and Gino go out there and get slowed out, and they pull like if San Fran pull what they did to Tampa Bay to Seattle. Granted, I don't think so because it's a divisional game. There might be a glimpse of him to maybe make a play, somebody to make a play. But if you go out there and goose egg it, what you gonna say? Are you gonna come with it is San Fran? Like I just want to
Well,
make sure you.
no. Well, because unfortunately, I can't talk about something that might not happen. Right. So, how you want me to answer that right now? And I don't even know how it would happen. Right.
Well, I guess you can let the tape tell a lot in. That'll work. That'll work. Folks went out there. Every time, hey, all I'm saying is I can understand where that man's coming from because every time Gino gets hyped up, he go out there and fold. He did it against Tampa Bay, did it against Carolina. I don't know what y'all call it. I call it fold.
It's just so ironic. Ironically, he folding against the teams. He's so. Let me put my quotations around folding. He folded against the teams that's in your division. This is really ironic to me.
It just happened to be what it was, fam. Teams, I think they should.
Hey, look, I'm just gonna say this, bro. I watched that Seattle game. Seattle was trolling, bro.
Bad though. As a team,
because it felt like he threw the ball like 100 times in the first half. Like the first play of the game was like a throw. Like
as a team, they didn't play well.
They had like 230 yards rushing. Carolina did.
Going crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Hey man, but I mean, speaking of Carolina, if I'm gonna have to accept them for anything, Sam Darnold, man, round of applause for my boy.
Nah, they don't. Nah. Everybody owe me apology first, and then they can go apologize to him.
Oh, because he's from USC.
Yep.
That's crazy, man.
Everybody told me he was slow as hell coming out of college. And then he went to the garbage ass Jets, and clearly the Jets don't know how to groom a damn quarterback.
Still.
Gino.
Clemson had 10 quarterbacks. Mark Sanchez, goddamn Sam Darnold,
Sam Darnold.
They had Fitzpatrick, Zach Wilson.
Like,
fuck me.
Yep.
Oh, damn, shit.
It's getting bad.
Fucking had every fucking body out there. Shit, at some point they had McClown out there. Fuck.
They did have McCown out there. They not seeing it all, man.
But it's all good, bro. It's all good. I hope the Chargers whoop the Tennessee Titans ass. All I care about this week, chat, and we going off on this note. All I care about this week is a dub in fantasy. I see y'all next week. If I ain't fucking win this week, we ain't having a fucking show. So don't even be looking for it next Wednesday.
It's hot. Somebody drop me off a bag of the trophy. It's hot.
So, chat, we love y'all. From us, we'll see y'all next time. We'll see y'all next Wednesday unless I lose. And then you know what's going on with that, right?
Boat up.
What? You said boat up?
Yeah.
Yeah, boat up this week. I need them to... because I know if somebody win, they going to give me some money back. $100 will work, but hey. But other than that, chat, we're out. From Zoo to
Yes, sir.
See y'all next time, chat.